True Underdog. Unleash the power within.
Build it a movement, baby.
True Underdog. Unleash the power within.
Jayson Waller, True Underdog, coming live today with my co-host, John LeBlanc. We are here to unleash the power within, baby. Super excited. John, how you doing?
Doing well today. How are you doing, man?
Hanging in there. It's a little gloomy. Still in North Carolina. You're still in Michigan, I see.
Yeah, Michigan's turning around, though. It's kind of nice today. It's like partly cloudy, 75.
Turning around in what aspect? I thought I saw the governor extend the state.
I'm talking about the weather. I'm over that. I don't pay attention to that stuff anymore.
My bad. Well, prayers go out to obviously everybody, but especially those in Michigan still locked up and the pandemic still hitting everybody hard there. So
yeah, it is. But that's all right. We're making our way through.
That's right. Like the sports coat. You look professional. I don't, so we're good. This worked out perfectly.
Yeah, just t-shirt, sports coat, the Waller approach, I guess.
Good look, baby. It's a good look.
So look, we kind of threw around some ideas for today, but
hey, did you see the pod that just dropped with me and Ben? Did you know it is the most watched? They measure these things on YouTube and on all the podcasts, the length of listening to it. And that one is 500 times any other one as of right now, which is crazy to me. Yeah, the average people loved it. The sales pitch 101. People want to know how to make a sale, how to talk to people, how to approach doors, how to, get people to say yes, how to not take no for an answer. They love that stuff.
So I listened to that during my warm-up this morning at my workout. I watched the YouTube clip, and I did thoroughly enjoy that one. That was a really good it's like 20, 30 minutes long, right? Really good segment on that. It was quick. It was efficient. Got a lot of good information. And you guys, when it comes to salespeople, like you can flip the switch and just go into sales mode immediately. So it's always fun watching that.
Yeah, we're blessed to have him on the team. Me and him together at the table is pretty good.
It's wild. Yeah, he's a good dude, and he preaches a lot of good information. A friend, a mentor of mine, and someone that I definitely look up to and respect. So it was fun watching you guys. So anyway, hey, look, we talk about entrepreneurs all the time. Is that fair to say?
It is fair. That's what we've been focused on a lot lately. Yeah.
Can we talk about like non-entrepreneurial people? So like, what about like just individuals that are looking for success, maybe in the corporate world? Maybe they found themselves in a position where they just don't want to be an entrepreneur. They don't want to shoulder that load, but they do want to find some way of succeeding, outside of that. So I know you were, and look, this was, maybe you were 17, 18 years old at one point where you were not an entrepreneur. But
well, I mean, I did that till I was 24, 25.
So it was a good segment of your life.
Yeah, it was. And jobs I shouldn't have had. I've mentioned before in other podcasts, fictitiously fixing my resume and pretending to have an education I did not have to get jobs I shouldn't have had, but I earned and kept because of my results. But yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. I try to share motivation, on the Instagram and anywhere else, because most people aren't entrepreneurs, right? You get one business owner and then you get several employees, and a business owner is only as good as his team. And it takes his team to be motivated and successful for him to be successful, right? Or him or she to be successful. And, it's not for everybody, just like in sports, some people are made to be coaches. Sometimes coaches make less than the players in most cases. And the players play the game and they make all the money, and the coaches coach. And then you get the owners and you get all these different levels. And, whatever you're wanting to do and whatever your capacity can handle, because everybody's capacity limits are different based on time, based on energy, based on desire, based on anything like that, of where they feel comfortable. A lot of people don't want to own a business. It comes with a lot of stress. A lot of people don't want to own a business, or maybe more conservative. They don't want to risk money. But that doesn't mean you're not winning or you're not successful. I mean, think about all the doctors and lawyers out there. Most of them don't own a business. Think about someone in sales. Some of the people that work for us, we have people working for us that make $250,000 a year. And They're not managing anybody but themselves, right? This happens in any aspect of business, whether it be, whatever it is you do. My future ex-son-in-law, and just kidding, Alex, but my daughter's fiance, and he's a great father, by the way, and a decent fiance. I've got to, working on him a little bit. But he, when he asked for her hand, I told him, look, I don't need you to go make $1 million. I don't need you to go take on the world. What I need you to do is to make sure my daughter's happy and to make sure she's safe. And then everything else will be okay. And I'll be the first to tell you, and I know we all watch Wolf of Wall Street. I've been a poor man and I've been a rich man, and I choose rich every day. That's not true. I actually had more memorable and important moments in my life when I had less, because the more you make, the harder it is to stay not depressed. Nothing fills that void. And I won't say I'm making, millions and millions of dollars in my life. My point is it's, when does it end, right? When are you winning? When are you satisfied? When do you feel good? And for me, I never want to be satisfied with anything I'm doing, because I feel like if I quit, then someone else is going to catch up and beat me. And I don't like to lose, right? My driver's winning, not losing. My driver's being the best, not being second best. Whatever it is I do, whether I coach kids football or I'm running a company or I'm doing a podcast, I want my damn podcast to be number one. Why not mine, right? So whatever it is, I want to be the best I can be. When I worked in sales, and I've got jobs that, I probably shouldn't have had, but I had the skill set. I could talk to people. I worked as a business account manager, BAM, with Verizon. And, I would bust my butt to be number one, and I was very successful. I was making 130 grand a year and owned a house, and my wife, was not working at the time. And it inspired me to open a business because I had that opportunity to try to do that. Right. Before that, when I worked at First Union, and I was, their customer care / sales assistants, and I led their, I was the number one month to month again, and making great money at 17 years old. I shouldn't even have that job. I wanted to be the best. You're successful then, but it's not about the money. To me, winning or being successful is happiness, right? There are people out there, I'll use my parents. They're happy as can be. And my dad doesn't run a business. He worked a blue collar job at a factory at AT&T, got a bullshit retirement package from AT&T. Obamacare took a lot of his money, and then he ended up getting a job, for me, and he runs our production side. But he's happy as can be, and he doesn't own his own business. You love what you're doing. You're teaching people and training people in our aspect in our business. And you used to train people physically, including myself. And you love that you can change and impact someone's life. And that brings you joy. That's winning, and that's being successful. It's not about what's in your bank account or what kind of car you drive or how big your house is, because I am the first to tell you, with everything you get, there's sacrifice. And the more you sacrifice, the more you can get. And you have got to find your parameters and your zone that fulfills you. And everybody's different. If I didn't want to do what I'm doing, I always wanted to be a sports agent. I wanted to be negotiating. Actually, I wanted to be an NFL head coach, first of all.
You'd be good at a sports agent.
I would love to be a sports agent or an NFL head coach. If I was an NFL head coach, some of them make money. Some of them, okay, whatever. It wouldn't be about the money. Someone asked me recently, would you ever, if you could coach the Lions, would you? I said, dude, I would pay them. Shit, I'd write them a check. They ain't got to pay me. Give me a shot. Matty P, man, he'd be taking his pencil, be leaving the field. I'll be taking that team to the next level, baby. And that's not a shot at Matty P. But my point is I like that stuff, right? I want to win. It's not about money. And a lot of people try to chase money, and then they wake up and they're insecure because they look on social media and they go, this person's got more than me, or this person's body looks better than mine. Or you have to find, first of all, things don't make you happy. They're things, right? Money is a material thing. It's just material. It is a part of the process. It's a reward for something you've done, but it's not fulfilling happiness. It's not bringing you joy. It's not something that you can control or maintain and have feelings about. It is just a product, like a house, like a car, like they're products. That doesn't mean hey, I'm a winner because I have these things. I mean, there's some, people out there that are just born into this stuff. It doesn't make them winning. What makes you winning is you're happy. You get up every day and you have a why. Why is it? Maybe you're a school teacher. Damn, you're winning. You're teaching people every single day. You're impacting someone's life for the rest of their life. All of us know teachers that we remember like, wow, I remember going to school and she taught me this or he taught me that. I remember my wrestling coach and talking about confidence and swag, and we're playing We Are the Champions when we walk out on the mat to play the other teams. Like we're trying to, mad dog them and let them know we're not going to take intimidation. You remember these aspects in life because each one of us has a calling, right? Whether you're spiritual or you're not, there's a reason why you're here. And whatever that calling is, if it fills you with joy, if it brings you happiness, the material part of money or things you can buy with it should never defy success. Entrepreneurs, most of them open up a business and fail. That doesn't mean they're losers. That doesn't mean that they're not winning. They took a shot. They enjoyed doing it. That didn't work. Fine. They'll find something else they do. What about people that fish for a living? I mean, literally, they sit out there and they fish. They love what they do, right? That's right. I mean, I can't fish. I got ADD, but people love fishing. People love politics. I don't like politicians much, but people love being a politician because they feel like they're making a difference. A doctor saving someone's life, a nurse, like all of these things. The person at Walmart that greets you, that's retired, that doesn't need money, that's sitting there, that loves people and loves to put a smile on your face. That's bringing them joy. That's the difference between winning, in my opinion, and success. And, I'm successful because of this. I can't stand that people are measured from that. And I've had it my whole life. Where do you live? Oh, you live in the trailer park. Where do you live?
That's tough.
It is tough.
We use as a measuring tool.
And that's wrong.
Social and everything like that, because there's this artificial outlook on, because they have A, B, and C, they're happy. They have all the things that they need. And look, I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of people, you being one of them, that have had the resources, a lot of extra resources to pay for a personal trainer, to pay for a fitness coach, and they struggle with the same things that, other people do. So you're right. I mean, it is just a thing.
And how fulfilling is it to you when you help someone get from A to B in their body and their mind, right? Isn't that fulfilling to you?
Yeah, you have purpose. And I think people need purpose. And when that purpose is fulfilled, that falls back to happiness, like you said. And
do you know what I love most about what I do?
What's that?
Doing the sales meeting. I love motivating people.
Very good at motivating.
I love it more than anything. I love it more than my paycheck, which, by the way, I'm not getting paid still, so high five to that. I love it more. It's all right. We're going to get there. I love it more than anything else I can do, right? So it brings me joy because I feel like, and this is the whole reason we started this podcast, and we have, the Jayson Waller BAM Instagram, is so I can hopefully inspire one person. I don't care if 50,000 people talk shit and don't like me and run their mouth. If I helped one person that day, I did my job, and I feel great about it. The other 4,999 can go pound sand and fly a kite for all I care. I care about making a difference and helping people out. And I think, and it feels good. There's nothing that feels better than helping somebody or being a part of somebody's success in their life. And success isn't money. And people get that twisted. You can be successful, and it's unfortunate that we're judged on artificial things like that. And that doesn't mean I don't like nice shit. I got nice shit and I like nice stuff. I didn't have nice stuff growing up. I like it. It doesn't bring me happiness. It doesn't bring me joy. It's like a box like, hey, I can afford to do that. I want to do that because I've never done it before and I've earned it. But that doesn't make me better than someone that hasn't. Not at all. Makes me still the same. What makes me different between person who hasn't or has or whatever their lives are what's inside. And if we were able to switch, rather than judge people by what they look like and judge people on their status of their job and their income and their home and their vehicles and their clothes and their body size and all of these things that are artificial, like you said, if we could literally reverse it, and you had these flags that stood up on your head and said, I'm this kind of person, and I'm this, and I'm this, and I'm this. What's inside that would be the true deal. That would be how to really align yourself, because all this stuff leads to people being fake, or creates friends that then become enemies or haters. That's a shout out to Post Malone, right? So those kind of things that happen all the time. And just because, I have a successful company doesn't make me bigger or better than anybody. And it didn't change me. At least I feel like it didn't. I mean, it might change the clothes I buy, and it might change the car I drive, but I'm still the bullheaded, want to win son of a bitch I was before I had money. That hasn't changed.
Mm.
It
hasn't. And, I mean, the clear picture of Jayson Waller that a lot of people see is the success, and the success that you've built with Power Home. How do you go about taking that same energy, attitude, winning mindset, finding success into other areas of your life? So think like mind, body, spirit, right? Or, then there's that work area. So maybe it's relationships that you have, maybe it's, I don't know, right? Just other areas that you have within your life.
I can tell you that I lack in a lot of areas. I'm really good at building a business. I'm really good at motivating people. I suck at a lot of other stuff. So, if I could give any advice out there, it would be learned, we talked about balance of time, but, you are sacrificing everything and anything you can to do whatever it is you want to do. But there is sacrifice to get reward. And I sacrifice time for my family, or I sacrifice me coming home irritated because I'm running a company and it's hard. It's exhausting. When we opened up Power Home Solar, or any of the other companies, the other two companies I was a part of, running and operating and opening, I never anticipated it being this big. I mean, of course, in your mind, you're like, oh man, what if it grows to here, right? But, I always say there's no elevator. Everything's one step at a time. And today's step could be painful. It could be a loss, but I learned from it. And tomorrow's step could be, I got a small win here and we added this department. Whatever it is, everything's a step, right? To get to where you want to go, whatever that is, in life, in relationship, in friendship, in marriage, in business. Everything's steps, baby steps. There's no elevator, but it's really hard because, if I could change it, I wish I had better relationships. I wish I was, more sincere. I wish I had more compassion. And I feel like I have compassion for people, but the way I was raised and the way my mentality works, and, everyone's got deficiencies. I'm a big enough man to own mine. I'm far from perfect. I'm oh, you fell down, get your ass up, shake it off, you'll be okay. I'm not oh, I'm sorry you're hurt. I struggle with that. I pray to change it. I talk to a therapist, whatever I can do to get better. That doesn't mean I don't care. I do care. I do care when somebody's hurting or something's going on. I just suck sometimes at showing it because I'm so worried about the destination. I forget to smell the roses and the garbage and all of the other stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly on the journey. It's just the same to me. Right. And that takes away from other things.
Yeah. Do you feel like you struggle I feel that, watching you go about your day, like it does seem easy. I know it's not, but effortless or efficient in building what you've built. Like, it just seems like you have this natural instinct to go out and do that, and maybe even just stay motivated and dedicate energy to it because like that's where your mind goes. That's what you're passionate about. Is it tough to take that same commitment you have for Power Home and apply it and try to succeed in other areas of your life?
It is really tough because one of the things is your family's not your employees, right? I'm reminded all the time, but you want to be able to teach your kids right and wrong. You want to be able to have them stand on their own 2 feet. My wife's grandmother, yesterday was her 6-year anniversary of her passing, right? She was a huge, most inspirational influence on my wife. She used to tell us when Hannah was small, it's better that your kid cries now than you cry later. And really that's enabling kids to do whatever. And look, unfortunately for my 21-year-old, me and Liz were kids raising kids. So she didn't get the best me that I could be. right? And we evolve. Everybody evolves. We evolve. Our company evolves. People evolve. Kids evolve. The world evolves. Technology, everything. So it's unfortunate that, you know, I'll probably be a different father to, you know, each kid. Each one is, it's different, right? Not better, different. And, you know, that's hard. And I feel bad because, you know, at first when we had Hannah, we didn't have a lot. And I worked all the time and busted my ass. And then it was, oh, well, now we have Mackenzie and we still don't have a lot and I'm busting my ass. Well, now we're getting more and now I'm having to sacrifice more. And then you give more and you have to sacrifice more. And then it just continues. And I've got a good relationship with my kids. I mean, I mean, you know, if I had to rank myself as a dad, I give myself a B. I wish I was an A. I want to be the best. I'm not there. I can always get better. It's the same way as a CEO. I mean, a lot of people are nice. Oh, you're a great CEO. I still give myself a B. You know, I have my own deficiencies. I'm okay. I never want to give myself an A because then it's like, oh, I'm at the top. I don't want to be at the top. I mean, I want to be at the top, but if I think I'm at the top, then I'm not going to get better. And with my kids, it's hard because you want to teach them to be adults, but you want to protect them more than we were protected. You want to shelter them more naturally. It's the instinct, the world we live in. You give them more. I'm sure you give your kids more than you got. I give my kids. And because of that, they can't do the things that we can do. And that doesn't make us better than them because there's things they can do we can't, right? Because the world evolves.
Yeah.
But what it does is it's harder because, you know, when I look, I'm like, man, I failed. I should have been harder on that kid, or I should have taught that kid to do that, or I should have spent time working on this. And, you know, you get one shot and it sucks. They don't give you a book for family. Same thing with marriage. You know, when you first get married, it's tough and then it seems to get easy and then it gets tough and then it gets stagnant, then it gets better and then it gets worse. And you go up and down and life's a roller coaster and business is similar, but for some reason, I feel like I've got it dialed in a lot better than I do life. I struggle in life, dude. I struggle in being better and being happier in life. And that's not anybody's fault, my own, but it's a balance I still work on every day. And I try, you know, my son's birthday's next week. I'm going to take the day off. We're going to hang out at the pool. I try to make each day as special as I can, but I fail just like I fail at work. We all have failed. We fail sometimes. And when I get home, like I want to play, you know, I want to relax. I want me time. I'll play this virtual reality poker game. I'm like, yeah. Then my son gets mad. Dude, I want to play a game with you. It's like, all right. So I'll get off. But then sometimes I'm like, well, man, sometimes I need me time. Like the balance is tough. To be all you can be in everything is virtually, in my opinion, impossible. And you got to give sacrifice. Do I sacrifice less at work to do more at home? Absolutely. And that's what I've been trying to do. You know, we came here to North Carolina. We're spending time here. You know, my wife gets to see her family more. We get to see my family. I mean, there's a lot of pluses to it, but you know, it's hard to balance it. And I wish I was better.
Yeah, look, the balance is tough, and on the opposite end of the spectrum, you know, I'm not running extremely large, successful business right now. I feel like I'm good in other areas of my life, but like I'll take that step of like, man, I work really hard on, you know, staying healthy, being physically fit, and being intentional with my family and kids. And I was like, why can't I have some of that focus and attention and apply it like in the business world? You know? So it's the opposite end. Like I feel like I'm good, but like, can I do more? Like, would I rate myself a C or a B? Like I want to be better. But you know, it's different. It's balanced, right?
I think the first thing is realizing that, right? Those people are like, man, I'm the best. No, you're not. There's always someone bigger, better, faster, stronger, smarter, nicer, whatever. But yeah. And my dad said something that kind of sticks with me, you know, about having grandkids and having a granddaughter now. She's just turned a year old recently. You know, you love them. It's a different love. I'm not saying it's more or less. It is different. And it's a strong love too. But you don't make the mistakes you make as a grandparent. At least I don't that you do as a parent, right? It's unfortunate. To all the older kids out there that are the firstborn, I'm them. We're the guinea pigs, guys, right? We're the guinea pigs. That's when parents learn, oh, I can do that and I can't. And for the babies, usually the parents quit caring. It's the middle ones that actually get the best attention. They always say middle child syndrome. I feel like the middle ones usually get the best attention, and the babies, they don't care. They do baby them, but then the rules are like whatever because they're exhausted. You know, it's unfortunate, but everyone gets, you know, what they get. and they got to do the best with what they can. And I think as a grandparent, we learn, and I still have a 9-year-old son, a 13-year-old daughter, and a 16-year-old daughter, but we learn from our mistakes at home. And, you know, my best advice out there is if you want to win and you want to be successful, you need to balance your life and you need to know what's important, because there are days I'm like, man, I wish I would have never done this. I mean, I lost time. I did this. But then there's days, man, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I did this. We have 1,000 employees. We're making a difference in the world. And then I go, you know, then I'm going to go spend time with my kids. Like, yeah, you gotta take the days for what they're worth, and you got to climb life one step at a time. There is no elevator. Every step counts. It's part of the course. It's part of our destiny. We have to take each step and not look for a shortcut, and take the lumps, the bruises with the wins and the success. And that's what it is. And success does not mean you're making more money than anybody and your company's the bomb. Success means you're happy and you're living your best life, being all you can be. And if you think that you are being all you can be now, then I'm sure you can do more, because in life, we need to challenge ourselves to continue to walk up the stairs.
That's great. I love today's message. I loved getting away from the success and the financial part of success and relating it to other areas. I think that's impactful. I think it's going to impact a lot of listeners too. And just maybe even reassure them that it's okay that you're not making a ton of money if you have purpose and happiness and success in other areas of your life.
You know, you don't get to redo how you treat your kids or how you love them. That's what we're here for. Everything else is just the game, right? It's part of the game. We're here to be a part of our family and our kids. That's really what it's about, right? And to live our best life we can. That has nothing to do with financial status. Money can come and money can go, but you know, filling that void and filling that what's inside is important, and that comes from family and friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good stuff, man. I loved it.
Hey, thank you for getting me on here today, John. So that's a wrap on today's episode, True Underdog, Unleash the Power Within. You can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify podcast. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. We have a badass YouTube channel, True Underdog, and you can visit us at trueunderdog.com. Bam!
Bam, bam. True Underdog. Bam, bam. Unleash the power within. Bam, bam.
Build it, baby.